Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's Christina from Our Wood Home. Today's video is a little bit of a different topic, something I don't really talk about here on this channel. If this does seem familiar to you, you may have seen this in blog post form over on my blog, but I thought I would share over here on YouTube anyways because I think it's something that needs to be talked about. The topic is going to be when the holidays don't feel very happy. I'm sure most of us will remember Christmas 2020 for many years to come. There were a lot of restrictions in place and limitations about what could and couldn't be done due to the global pandemic. In Ontario last Christmas, there were some restrictions in place just before the holidays. These restrictions wouldn't allow people of different homes to visit and intermingle, so we had some different experiences compared to previous years. We were able to just drop off some gifts to family members and then visit and open gifts virtually, which was a new experience, but I didn't mind it. It was different, but it was kind of nice at the same time. Of course, I missed seeing everybody in person, but we were still able to do that just outside of our homes, not indoors. I think all of us have some type of interesting memories from Christmas 2020. And Christmas is often associated with hope and joy and peace and pretty lights and yummy food and gifts and more and more and more. I remember last year as I was scrolling through social media, none of my friends were talking about how stressed they were about Christmas. It seemed like people just really wanted something to be happy about, even if there were some challenges with Christmas during a pandemic. I think that's a good thing because sometimes having plans and making preparations can be a positive distraction from things that are outside our control. Now that we've moved past the thick of the pandemic, things are looking up in most places. There's a lot of restrictions that are lifted. I think people are looking forward to Christmas as it used to be. But for some, the holiday season maybe isn't something they're looking forward to. Maybe they've lost a loved one, they're not able to be with family and friends, maybe there's a job loss in recent history, or they're just plain worn out. Even though Christmas is supposed to be a happy time, it can often feel overwhelming, and maybe more so in recent years. If you are someone who is feeling like the holidays are not happy for whatever reason, let me remind you that you can give yourself permission to celebrate however you want. Maybe this means building a store-bought gingerbread house instead of baking one from scratch. Maybe it will be rewatching old Christmas movies instead of buying some new ones. You could also choose to just put out your nativity set and no other decor. Or maybe even get a nice pizza dinner instead of a big Christmas dinner. You could also choose not to celebrate or do anything except for the reading of Jesus' birth in the Bible, and that's totally fine too. I realize that potentially skipping Christmas could be difficult if you live with other people. So if you are drawn to the idea of cutting back on Christmas, I suggest you sit down with your household and explain to them how you're feeling. Maybe making it an open dialogue will invite others to share their thoughts as well. Perhaps there will be disappointment at your lack of desire to decorate every single room of the house, or make an abundance of treats, or organize the family Christmas card, pick out new Christmas Eve jammies, etc. But maybe that will be a role that somebody else chooses to take on. I'm not expecting this video to be very social media worthy or to get a lot of traffic, and maybe most of you listening to this simply can't fathom the idea of not being excited for Christmas. But this is something that has been in my mind for a while. As I said, I already wrote this in a blog post, and even though I wrote it last year, I think a lot of these feelings are still relevant in 2021. I think that this video could be treated as sort of a permission slip to say, we don't have to celebrate Christmas the way that we used to. We can choose to do things differently this year and from here on out. I don't really have any profound words of wisdom to end this video. So I'll say simply, I hope this didn't bore you too terribly. Even though I personally enjoy Christmas season and all that goes with it, I've definitely scaled back a lot in recent years. There are just some things I no longer have the energy for or the desire to do. And even though some people may be disappointed that I'm cutting back on some things, this is a decision that David and I have both come to and agreed that it's best for us at this point in time. I hope that you are encouraged by this video in some way, or it at least gives you something to think about as we progress further and further into the Christmas season. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day.